The State Department of Education releases report cards for Oklahoma school districts. 2 News reporter Brandon Richard is live at the state capitol tonight to show us how Green Country schools did. Brandon?
Well, about 3/4 of Oklahoma's schools received either an A, B, or C. Those grades based on Oklahoma's A through F grading system. Now, here's a 30-page guide explaining how the scoring works, but many educators say it just doesn't add up.
25% overall student growth.
At a special meeting on Wednesday, the State Board of Education released report cards for districts and schools across Oklahoma. The grades based on how well students perform on core subjects like math, science, reading, and writing.
We think it's important that every Oklahoma parent has a clear and accurate report on how their schools are doing.
But the grading system has tons of critics, like Jenks Assistant Superintendent Lisa Mueller.
These particular grades and the way they're derived, we don't have confidence that they are a valid or a reliable measure for that.
Half the score depends on how well students performed on tests, the other half on students' year-to-year growth. Even though Jenks received mostly A's and B's, Mueller would rather revert back to the old system. The state superintendent says critics are playing politics.
This isn't about adults and about how adults feel. This is about students. This is about students and their ability to be able to really reach the promise of Oklahoma.
While Tulsa received an F, most school districts in Green Country received B's. Overall, the state scored a C. Now, another thing critics didn't like, the amount of time it took the state to release the grades. The state superintendent tells me she hopes to have next year's grades released much sooner. Live in Oklahoma City tonight, Brandon Richard, 2 News works for you.
Brandon, thanks. Now, we reached out to Tulsa Public Schools for a comment on this new grading system. Here's what Chris Payne, spokesman for TPS, had to say.
These grades to us really, quite frankly, are pretty meaningless. We have other things that we use to gauge student performance and to guide instruction in the classroom. A simple letter grade for a school does not guide instruction.